Wrestling fans in Mascoutah, Illinois remember the name John Paul Henning, and they remember it fondly. In the early 1960s, Henning was a fixture in Mascoutah's booming wrestling scene. If there was a wrestling ring in town, chances are John Paul Henning was in the main event. A true babyface in every sense of the word, Henning was the kind of good guy the crowd could believe in. Clean-cut, tough, and full of fire. When he stepped out, fans knew they were about to see a fight worth cheering for. One of his most legendary Mascoutah matchups came on February 16th of 1961 when he faced the infamous Stan the Man Stasiak. That match, like so many of Henning's appearances, helped sell out the building and cemented Mascoutah as a real wrestling town. Henning's wrestling career was thriving throughout the 1960s, but in April of 1966, everything came crashing down. While traveling near his then home in Denton, Texas, Henning was in a horrific car accident. An intoxicated driver struck his car in a two-car collision. That crash left Henning on the critical list. Doctors weren't even sure he'd survive. He suffered a broken pelvis, multiple broken ribs, a collapsed lung, and a bruised heart. Some doctors told him he'd never wrestle again. Others didn't think he'd live through the week. But John Paul Henning fought back. He spent more than 5 months hospitalized, battling through intense pain, surgeries, and rehab. And when he finally left that hospital bed, he didn't return to the ring, but he didn't retreat from life either. In 1967, Henning and his wife Peggy moved to Alton, Illinois, just outside of St. Louis. There, they opened the Slenderline Exclusive Health Club, helping others to pursue strength, wellness, and recovery. But Henning had more than just physical healing to offer. He began speaking across the region, sharing the story of his near-death experience, his faith, and his journey. His words carried the same strength and conviction he once showed in the ring. In 1981, Henning and his family relocated to Owensboro, Kentucky, where he took his calling one step further, founding the First Church of God. There, his message reached even more lives as he blended spiritual leadership with the same intensity he once brought to the ring. John Paul Henning passed away on July 1st of 2001, but his legacy lives on. In every fan who cheered him in Mascoutah, every life he touched through faith, and every story he told about the babyface who beat the odds. From the squared circle to the pulpit, John Paul Henning lived a life of impact, resilience, and grace. And for those in Mascoutah who remember those electric nights in the 1960s, he'll always be a hometown hero.